Hello everyone. Today, we're tackling a common frustration in the NodeJS world, the dreaded npm E401 error. This error pops up when npm can't authenticate with a private registry, usually a Sonatype Nexus Repository Manager. This means you can't install packages from your company's or organization's private repository. Let's explore why this happens and, more importantly, how to fix it. First, let's understand why this happens. The E401 error, essentially, signifies that your npm client is trying to access a resource that requires authentication, but it's failing to provide the correct credentials. This could be due to several reasons. You might have incorrect credentials saved in your npm configuration. Perhaps your credentials have expired or been revoked. Or maybe you haven't even configured npm to use your private repository credentials in the first place. Now, let's dive into the solutions. One of the most common fixes is to explicitly tell npm your credentials. You can do this by using the npm config set command. You'll need your username and password. The command will look something like this: npm config set // your Nexus repository URL /:auth base 64 encoded username and password. Replace your Nexus repository URL with the actual URL of your Nexus repository, including the protocol, like https //. Replace username password with your actual username and password. Importantly, encode the username password string to base 64. You can easily find online tools to do this. Another important setting is the email associated with your npm account. Ensure that the email set using npm config set email your _email at example.com is correct and is associated with your user account in your Nexus repository. Sometimes, the problem lies in the .npmrc file. This file contains npm configuration settings, including registry information and authentication tokens. You can find this file in your user's home directory. Check this file to ensure it doesn't contain incorrect or outdated credentials. Look for lines related to your private registry. If you find anything suspicious, remove those lines or correct them. If you are working within an organizational environment, verify that the correct proxy settings are configured. npm might be failing to connect to your private repository because it's not properly configured to use your company's proxy server. You can configure the proxy using commands like npm config set proxy http // your proxy URL port and npm config set https proxy http // your proxy URL port. Remember to replace your proxy URL and port with the actual values for your proxy server. Finally, if you're still encountering issues, try clearing your npm cache using npm cache clean force. This can sometimes resolve authentication problems caused by cached, invalid credentials. Remember to restart your terminal or IDE after making these configuration changes. These steps should help you resolve the E401 error and get back to installing packages from your private Nexus repository. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more helpful tech tips. Your support really helps us keep creating content like this.